Hello, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Hello all.
Give folks a few more minutes to get logged in, and then we'll get started. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. I don't see any more people popping in, but I'll monitor that. Welcome, everybody. I really appreciate your time and attention and interest in the RFP for Fort Campbell Land Use Compatibility Study. So this meeting is being recorded, and we'll post up the meeting notes and all questions and answers to the GNRC website where the RFP is hosted. Just to give you an overview of what I'm going to go through this afternoon, and then most of the time is going to be reserved for any questions that you all may have around the proposal. If I am able to answer it today, I will. If not, be sure that we will answer those questions and have them posted again at the on the website. So our agenda today is to do introductions, both of myself and then for you all. I will provide a brief overview of the study goals and requested consultant assistance, and then we'll have that open forum for you all's questions. So again, this webinar is being recorded, and all attendance records, notes, and questions answered will be posted online at the gnrc.org/procurement website by close of business Friday of this week. So the Q&A that will be posted will include answers to questions that were not heard during this webinar that may have been submitted by email or in writing to rfp@gnrc.org. So again, all questions and answers, whether it be through this webinar or in writing, will be posted by the end of the week. So if there's anything that after this webinar you have additional questions, please submit them to the rfp@gnrc.org. So I'm Jessica Hill. I'm the Director of Community and Regional Planning here at GNRC. I will ask everybody to unmute, and I will call you out based off my participant list to introduce yourself and your firm or affiliation. But then I also would ask that you complete a SurveyMonkey sign-in sheet I believe I dropped a link into the comments of the teams in the chat. And if it didn't show up as a link, I apologize. But if you have to add in www.gnrc.org. It was not being friendly earlier, so I apologize. So if you could do both of those things, and I'm going to go ahead and start to ask, call out names and have you introduce yourself, your name, your firm, or affiliation. So first up, I apologize since this is alphabetically ordered. So Audrey, you are first.
Hi, thanks, Jessica. My name is Audrey Grace Hacker, and I'm with MWM Consulting from Lexington, Kentucky.
Welcome. All right, Katie Benzel.
Hey y'all, I'm Katie Benzel. I'm with Tetra Tech, based in Colorado Springs.
All right, Bryn Cox.
Hello, Bren Cox, Matrix Design Group in Phoenix, Arizona.
And your organization?
Matrix Design Group.
Oh, I'm sorry, you said that.
No
Stephen Carver.
Hi, I'm Stephen Allen Carver. I'm with HR Green, based out of Iowa.
All right. Cedric Colbert.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Cedric Colbert. I'm with Global Location Strategies based in Greenville, South Carolina.
Carol Collins.
Good afternoon. My name's Carol Collins. I'm with Kimley Horn and Associates based out of Tampa, Florida.
Olivia Donahue.
Hi, yes, Olivia Donahue with Stantex Consulting in the Nashville, Tennessee office.
Elizabeth Carter.
Hi, Elizabeth Carter with MWM Consulting out of Kentucky.
Emery Hartz.
Hi, Emery Hartz. I'm with KCI Technologies in the Nashville office.
All right, and I apologize, I'm going to get this probably wrong, but Francis Dequoy.
Yes, this is Francois de Kock. I'm with Bowman Consulting Group in Nashville. Thank you.
Thank you. Gemma Wilson.
Gemma Wilson with Matrix Design Group out of Phoenix, Arizona.
All right, Tim Hancock.
Yes, Tim Hancock with Kimley Horn, Chattanooga, Tennessee.
All right, Kirk Huff.
Hi, all. Kirk Huff, Matrix Design Group out of Long Island, New York.
Liesel Gohert.
Yes, Liesel Gerthert with KCI here in the Nashville, Tennessee office.
All right, Mackenzie Fanning.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Fanning. I am with Wilmot Inc. out of Nashville.
All right, and Heather Mendel.
Hi there, Heather Mendenall from Tetra Tech out of Colorado Springs.
All right, thank you, everybody. If I missed somebody, please speak up now.
Will Hager with KCI in the Nashville office.
Kelly
John
Kuzno
Stevenson with
White
Kimley.
Smith.
Let me see if I can fix this. Hold on. All right, now I can. John Stevenson.
Yep, John Stevenson with Kimley Horn in our Nashville office.
All right, Will Hager.
Yes, Will Hager with KCI in the Nashville office.
All right, and then it looks like I've got one more with Vaughn Hansen.
Yeah, this is Vaughn Hansen with Benchmark Planning in Charlotte.
All right, I think now I have everybody. I apologize for that. All right, I will move forward so we can have more time to have our answer any questions. So I'm not going to repeat anything that was in the RFP that's posted. My goal is just to provide a quick overview, a reminder of the intent of the goals of the study update, as well as the focus areas that we would like consultant support for in this process. So this is all found in the RFP again, but just to provide some information across the group. So the study goals are really, our primary goal is to identify recommendations for local governments to address installation compatibility issues in their plans, policies, and regulations and then have encouraged local governments, regional planning organizations, and other local and state partners to work closely with the military installation to, one, implement these measures that prevent incompatible civilian development that may impair the continued operational utility of the military in Fort Campbell, and then to preserve and protect the public health, safety, and welfare of those living near an active military site. Again, this study area map was included in the RFP, but just as a reminder, we're looking at 4 counties spanning across 2 in Tennessee and 2 in Kentucky. Fort Campbell crosses the state line. The primarily growth pressures are being observed in the city of Clarksville and Montgomery County, and then Christian County and Hopkinsville and Oak Grove. So those were some of the priority areas in the prior 2009 JLUS, the Joint Land Use Study. And again, those are continued to be the primary high growth areas in the study area, but we are starting to see more growth pressure on the western side into Stewart County. But again, the effort should include all four counties and jurisdictions as included in the study area and focus. So the project timeline, start of the grant, we received funding from the Office of Local Defense on September 1st, 2025. We held a kickoff call with our project partners who are the Fort Campbell military installation and the local jurisdictions of the four counties, as well as Pennyroyal Regional Council in the Kentucky area that serves that area, as well as the Clarksville Montgomery MPO. So looking at both local and regional partners who are going to help lead this effort to update the 2009 JLUS. GNRC is the grant applicant and grant manager, so we are the responsible entity for this activity. The RFP was issued by GNRC on December 3rd. We are requesting all proposals to be submitted to us by email by I think it's on Friday, January 30th, by 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We intend to have a contract in place and have consultants kick off on April 1st with final consultant deliverables by January 29th, 2027. And our end of grant period with the Office of Local Defense is on February 28th, 2027. This is the initial contract and project. It has not been amended, and we at this time don't have any plans to request amendment, but it is an option, knowing some of the things that are going on in the world. So GNRC, what we're specifically, in addition, all the tasks are outlined in the RFP, but to highlight the areas that we know where we are looking for either support or from a consulting group, or where we see our role in some of the tasks. That is the intent of this slide. So we are seeking support for community and stakeholder outreach and engagement. GNRC will primarily be the point of contact, so that it is a local entity that's communicating with our community partners and the public. We will conduct conditions and trends analysis, or we are seeking assistance. We are seeking assistance in conducting conditions and trends analysis and data visualization. GNRC has a great and deep expertise in data collection and analysis, but we are this is an area with the military installation where we don't have that skill set as deeply, and so we are seeking consultant assistance in those areas that we lack in our expertise. We are seeking assistance to review and analyze local land use plans and regulations and development patterns relative to their impact on the military installation. A number of our local governments in the study area have updated their comprehensive plans or land use plans and regulations recently due to the growth pressures that are occurring from the greater Nashville area. So we are seeking assistance to review those updated documents in respect to compatibility issues and patterns on the future of the military installation. And then with that expertise, with the background of military planning and installation, recommend strategies, tactics, and other actions for our implementing governments, agencies, and organizations. For example, strategies that can be included in their comprehensive or long-range plans, or updates to their subdivision regulations or zoning ordinances. These are the types of actions or recommendations that we are anticipating being made in the updated Fort Campbell compatibility land use study. We are anticipating consultant interviews. So we will, upon the RFP closure, we will have a proposal review committee and scoring mechanism. And then at our discretion, we may invite up to 3 firms to interview in person on the following dates. So Wednesday, March 4th, Thursday, March 5th, and Friday, March 6th. We would ask that if you are planning to, if you do submit a proposal, that you tentatively hold those dates in anticipation of a invitation to do in-person interviews with your team and our teams and the project partners. We're looking at making the notifications probably by the end of the 3rd week of February. But so that is why we're asking you to go ahead and hold these dates now. Again, the requirements for submitting a proposal, they are all due on Friday, January 30th by 4:30 Central Standard Time with a copy sent to rfp@gnrc.org with the RFP number in the subject line. We ask that you ensure confirmed delivery by this deadline. We do not have any page limitations, and your proposal must contain 5 parts: a cover letter, a project understanding, qualification experience of your team, scope of work, and your references. And our contract budget will not exceed $3,408 and $3,408 and $480. So with that, I will open it up to questions that you all may have. I will do my best to answer questions during this webinar. If I'm not able to, we will note all questions, but all answers will be provided again at the gnrc.org/procurement by close of business Friday of this week. And again, if you have additional questions following this webinar, please submit them to rfp@gnrc.org. So I will stop talking now and leave it open for any questions that you all may have. So feel free, if you do, to unmute and ask me. Otherwise, you may leave and have 40 minutes back, but I will be here until 3 o'clock available to answer any questions.
Hey, Jessica, I have a question.
Yes, is this Katie?
This is Katie. Hey.
Hi.
Hi. In the RFP, there's mention of use of modeling software such as Urban Footprint, Urban Sim. Is the GNRC expecting the consultant to acquire this software, or do you have access that you can grant to a consultant?
So the GNRC has access to Urban Footprint and Urban Sim, yes. And whether it be granted, if there's the capacity within the consultant team to run those 2 models, or it's a discussion that we can have with our data team, because they are very familiar with both those models.
Thank you.
Of course.
Hey, Jessica, Cedric Colbert with GLS, kind of a piggyback off of that last one. So it's not a requirement that the consultant actually operate that model, but it seems like the minimum requirement is essentially interpretation of the models. Is that fair to say?
So the expectation would most likely be helping us to explain both models so that I'm not making a broad assumption that everybody's familiar with them. Urban Footprint, the GNRC uses to help understand the pattern of land use and zoning development. And then the Urban Sim model helps us understand the travel demand and the land use combined. So we'll look at, will most likely need assistance with developing any inputs to change to one, create a business as usual, but then make any changes for alternative scenarios. So the expectation, to answer the question more briefly, is the expectation would be to assist with developing those inputs to modify or run new models and helping with the interpretation.
Thank you.
Jessica, this is Francois.
Yes, hello.
Hi, Jessica. You may have answered the question earlier, but will we all receive a copy of the attendees for this meeting?
You will, yes.
Thank you.
Well, let me rephrase that. It will be posted on our website.
Sure. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I guess it was a very clearly written proposal. So a few questions.
I know. Well, I'm happy to, if we want to talk sports, whatever. I'll be here. I'll be here till 3. And again, if you think of any questions after 3 o'clock, feel free to submit them to the rfp@gnrc.org email address, and we will be sure to post all questions and answers to the website again by the end of the week.
Thank you.
Thank you.